We have discussed so many planets in the last 2 to 3 days, but there's one planet, the Kingmaker, is missing. Who is the Kingmaker? Well, yes, ladies and gentlemen, you know, I know, everybody knows, and I know you have seen it, especially in the thumbnail and the title. Today, we are going to discuss Saturn and Rahu conjunction in the sign of Pisces. What a topic on holy, right? So wish you a very, very, very holy, and I hope this festival of colors brings a lot of colors into your life. Well, when is the transit happening? So as you know, 29th March is the date when Saturn will enter the sign of Pisces, and since Rahu is already there, of course, depending on you take true nodes or mean nodes, but in general, from 29th March till 29th of May, around that time. So essentially April and May, these 2 months, you can expect the results of this transit. So this will be on the basis of your ascendant, not moon sign, right? And please understand, this yoga in traditional astrology is known as shrapityog, which means this is like a cursed yoga. So Saturn, as you know, will be in Pisces till February 2028. But within that period, these 2 months are most likely going to be difficult. Okay. So especially for India and the current Modi government, I see they will have problems from 13th April up till 25th of June, around that time. Okay, I see this period is very troublesome for India. Good things can happen, but most likely for the government, this will be difficult. Okay, so now I will also try to list down some remedies for every ascendant. So this has to be only seen from the ascendant, not the moon sign. Okay, so wherever is your lagna, rising sign, your ascendant, from there you see this. All right, and don't worry, the first 2 months, yeah, April and May could be a bit challenging emotionally, because when Saturn and Rahu are together, then there could be things like too much obsession. Okay, and there could be things like too much fear. So fear and obsession could be there. They could at times hinder you from doing what is actually required. Okay, and in case you have not watched the Saturn transit video for your moon sign and also for your ascendant and also for Hindi as per ascendant, then you will find it down in the comment section. All right, so timestamps of this video is put down in the description and also in comments. You can go to your ascendant, and yes, if you want a personalized consultation from me regarding your horoscope for career, marriage, or health or spirituality, then you can proceed to my website down in the description section, www.exoticastrology.in. God is there with you all the time. Just look to Him and you'll find Him. And if you're new, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the thumbs up also. All right. So now we go to the first ascendant. The first ascendant, as always, is Aries. So for Aries, what's going on? This transit will be in your 12th house, as you know. Now, Saturn is your 10th lord. He's also your 11th lord. And as you know, Rahu is the co-ruler of Aquarius. So Rahu is also kind of your 11th lord. Okay. Now, as I said in the Saturn transit video for you, that foreign related matters could rise and there could be challenges, but especially these 2 months, April and May, could have unexpected foreign matters which can rise. So if it is in your power, try to avoid shifting your location for these 2 months at least. Okay, April may not good time for travel, and there could be exceptional delays if you go to a foreign country, because Saturn Rahu represents second hand treatment. Okay, it's like step treatment, sotela. Okay, so it might happen that if you go somewhere and you are trapped, it may not be the best situation you want to be in. Okay, so please travel only if it is like you cannot do without it. Only then you should travel, otherwise please avoid traveling. Okay, and especially if you're traveling to a developed country or even a developing or underdeveloped country, if you're traveling to a foreign country, take like double triple precaution. Okay, take any kind of insurance that could be required, like baggage insurance, travel insurance, health insurance, whatever it is, lost baggage insurance and all this. So because two malefics are coming together, it's not the best thing in the sky. Okay. And what could happen is there could be some sudden relocation which is required, because that is also the job of the malefics. They kick you out from your place. Okay, sorry if that word hurts you, but yes, they can, like, like a cricket bat, they can just chuck you off. So therefore, if there is a situation where you feel there could be a change of residence or something similar, then be prepared. It can come unexpected. And guess what? Well, unexpected things come, what happens? We need money, right? So 12th house is the house of loss of money. So be prepared to shell some money here and there if required. Now, depending on your dashas, it will be decided what is the level of the expenditure. So in your horoscope, if your dashas are good, then there will be some menial expenditure, okay, not too big. But if the dashas are bad, Mahadasha, Antardasha is bad, then there could be some serious expenditure which you might encounter. And most importantly, if you travel abroad, there could somebody could steal your purse, mobile, laptop, and all this. So be a bit careful, because Saturn Rahu represents stealing and all these things. Okay, and financial intelligence is required. And during these 2 months, please, please, please avoid taking any major decisions related to your career, because 10th lord, 11th lord, uh, Saturn is under this yoga, Saturn Rahu axis. I mean, Saturn itself is a malefic, and what to speak of if there's another malefic in the town, right? So financially, you need to be very intelligent and try avoid taking some big personal loan, or buying that iPhone in EMI, okay, or buying a new house, or either ways. I mean, you have to be careful. Now, in the night, during these 2 months, you should avoid traveling. I don't care who you are, how powerful you are, it does not matter, but the time is not right. So after 7 or 8 p.m., please try not to travel. Otherwise, luck may not be on your side. Okay. And most importantly, you might have a terrible sleep these 2 months. Okay. So, for example, you are seeing nightmares. You might see snakes in dreams during this time. So, therefore, when you are sleeping, one of the best remedy for you is to chant the Vishnu Sahasranam before sleeping. And when you are sleeping, please put the audio in loop mode in YouTube, so that half an hour Vishnu Sahasranam, if you sleep 7 hours, it will play almost 14-15 times, and let that keep going on, in like some volume at least. Okay, or any other mantra you can play, but Vishnu Sahasranam is very, very powerful. Okay, so if you see snakes, then don't worry, it might happen, but it will go off. Okay, and you might suddenly feel that you don't know what to do in your career. If you feel that, then don't worry, it's just temporary and it will go away. Or it may suddenly happen that you feel, oh, I need to do something totally different. Okay, now you may do that, but you have to be careful that it's not just a jingo thing. Okay, everybody is doing, so I'll do it. So please keep your mind calm and take calculated risks. Okay, Aries, wish you all the best. Now we go to Taurus. So for you, Saturn is Yog Karak, because he's 9th lord and he's your 10th lord. And Saturn, along with Rahu, is also ruling Aquarius, as you know, right? I mean, Aquarius is co-lorded by Rahu. So Rahu is like your 10th lord. So your Yog Karak is getting conjunct with Rahu. This is certainly not the best thing, but one good thing for you is this conjunction is happening in your 11th house. Okay. Now, depending on your dasha, this could be for you, Taurus. I will always say, for this transit, your dasha will reign supreme. Why do I say this? Because if your dasha is good, then this 11th house can make you malamal. What's malamal in English? It can make you a king. Okay. lots of money coming in from 10 directions. It can happen. But if your dasha is bad, this can wreak havoc in your life. Okay, so therefore, please check your Mahadasha, please check your Antardasha. Only then you can decide. So, unexpected gains or losses can come from new sources, okay, or even from the old existing sources. And suddenly, somebody in your friend circle might cheat you or they might bully you. Saturn Rahu represents cheating, bullying, and all these things, okay, humiliating. So, somebody may humiliate you. So, if you are going to any party or any celebration, April and May, these 2 months, and there's a topic of discussion which is going on, which is not your it's like, that's not your cup of tea. Suppose you have no idea on football and somebody is discussing on football. So if you don't have sufficient knowledge, then don't talk. If you talk, you might make blunders and then people might humiliate you. Okay. So public humiliation can happen for you. But anyways, it depends on the dasha, what your dasha is saying. But be aware of people trying to loot you in a good way. Okay. Like somebody in the sense, somebody from your friend circle or network circle or acquaintance could come and ask you for money. Okay. And if you are giving money now, it is highly probable, 99.9%, that that person will not give it back to you. So if somebody is asking you a big sum of money, try not to give it. You can give 20% of the money, but you tell them that I'll give you the money in two conditions. One is I don't want it back because anyways they're not gonna give it back. And number two, you will never ask for money again from me. Okay, so if these two conditions are satisfied, then you can give the money. All right. And there could be sudden things which happen related to money. Suddenly you feel like, oh, I should invest in this, penny stock, meme coin, or whatever, Bitcoin, Ethereum, or suddenly you would like to invest some money. So that is something which is very dangerous, because Rahu will give you this tendency. Oh, the bull market is here. Stocks are here. This, that. I mean, bull market for crypto is there. It's going to be over. Bitcoin is cashing now. When it goes up, it will go up, and all this. Okay, so whatever it is, you have to make intelligent decisions, my dear sir, my dear madam, or else you may lose your entire net worth. Okay, so please play it safe. It's just 2 months, and you will pass it. Okay. And relationships with your boss, your elder siblings, your father especially, or somebody who is like your mentor, they may be strained. And unfortunately, if your dasha is bad, some senior, like all these people as I mentioned, they might also cheat you. So now during these 2 months, if you are getting a consultation from an astrologer, make sure they are seeing the right chart, make sure they are using your correct birth details. Okay, it could be there could be trouble. Okay. And you might get this intense desire to earn money quickly. Okay, which is very dangerous, so try avoid doing that. And Saturn Rahu shows stealing, so somebody in your profession, 10th house, could steal credits for you, from you actually. So it's like, you deserve the praise, but somebody else comes and takes it. Okay. So if this happens, then don't worry. It's just 2 months and it will pass, Taurus. Okay. So be careful with money and don't run behind quick money schemes. Okay. Wish you all the best, Taurus. Take care. Now we go to Gemini. For you, your Saturn is 8th lord and 9th lord, and Rahu, as the co-lord of Aquarius, is also your 9th lord. So now this is very interesting. For you, this transit is in a good house, which is the 10th house. Okay. So what is 10th house? 10th house is the house of name, fame, power, position, authority. So now I said this for Taurus also, because for Taurus also Saturn is the 10th lord. And for you, Saturn is not 10th lord, but he is transiting the 10th house, okay, along with Rahu. So it could happen that Somebody steals credit. Saturn Rahu shows, stealing. Somebody takes away the credit from you. So, if you have a presentation, April and May, do you have any presentation in front of the senior management? Then be prepared. Somebody might throw some unexpected questions at you. Okay. Somebody may try to bully you during your presentation. Oh, what is this? I don't accept this. I don't agree this or whatever. They may not do it directly, but they may try to do it indirectly. Or Saturn Rahu represents things which are not in the forefront. It is in the back. It's behind. Okay, so it's like saying you went and you gave a presentation. Everybody was clapping. Hey, that's great. You gave a fantastic presentation. And then later, after doing the presentation, after the next day morning, your boss comes and tells you, hey, you screwed it. Who told you it was good? It was terrible. XYZ reasons. Okay. So now, for your profession, if there is any work which you need to show to others, or even if you want to do some show off, please make sure you're showing off in the right way, okay? Because your boss and your senior might suddenly not support you. They may become inimical to you, or they may also cheat you. Okay, it's highly probable. So therefore, it is imperative that you understand that during this time, you cannot trust people in your profession. It is not possible. Okay. No, you can trust somebody. Somebody is like, really, they have stood the test of time and they have stayed with you for like years and years. Otherwise, not recommended. Okay. There could be troubles. So therefore, have you heard of this saying, trust but verify? So now, if you are about to join a new job, it is advisable you join from 1st of June. So April and May are not recommended. But suppose you have already accepted a new offer and you got to join by now. Then for you, the best thing is to take every single damn thing in written. Like, your HR says, yeah, we will increase your salary by, 10% next year. Or after 6 months, we will see what can happen. So you have to say, no. Don't say I don't trust you. Say that please give it to me in writing or else I will not accept it. Okay, so please be aware that things have to be there officially in writing. Otherwise, just forget it. Assume it's not there. It was never there. Assume like that. And your boss and your seniors, they may behave very unpredictably because the eighth lord is also Saturn. So that unpredictability element comes much more. Okay. And suddenly you might get a desire. I want to change my domain. I want to change everything. I want to change this domain, that domain. I want to go here, there. You may want to go more towards AI because Rahu represents, AI and all this technology. So you can go, but don't just kick away everything and just go, and because it might all be a trap. Okay, because Rahu is illusion, that which does not exist. Okay, and there could be some travel required for professional, job related, business related pursuits, and you might have some trouble there. Okay, so just be aware of it. And suddenly you may realize that your mentor is not understanding you. There's like this nervous tension between you and your boss, your father, your mentor, or maybe with your in-laws also, because the eighth house is also involved. Okay. And while doing all this, you may wonder, what is going on in my life? Okay, so if there are problems, you can chant this mantra, Om Namo Bhagavate Narsimhaya. This mantra will protect you. Okay, wish you all the best, Gemini. Now we go to Cancer. So for Cancer, this transit is in your ninth house, and Saturn is your seventh lord, and also the eighth lord, and Rahu is your eighth lord because he co-lords Aquarius. Now, the houses that these two planets rule in your chart, they are not the best. But luckily, the house where this transit is happening is a bit favorable for you. because the ninth house is always auspicious, no matter which planet is there. Now, when malefics are there in your ninth, they can try to give, they can try to d- delay the results of that house, the good results, but the results will come eventually because the house is very powerful. Now, what does this mean? Well, this means that in your case now, the first 2 months, like April and May, you might you might be forced to make a travel somewhere. Yes, that's what malefics do. They force you. And guess what? When when they force you to make a travel, you need to understand it could be like a trap. Like in Mahabharata, we have the example, right? On the 13th day of the Kurukshetra war, when Susharma went and challenged Arjun, he said, oh, what is this? If you are a true Kshatriya, come and fight me far. And then what happened? Arjun, he did not understand that. And he went, and then Chakravyuh was declared. And then Abhimanyu died in the battle, right? So therefore, if there is some sudden requirement, you might have to go, but you need to understand that it could be a trap. Okay, very, very, very important. And you may suddenly feel your belief systems are kind of changing. Like, you used to believe that this is good for me, that is good for me. Now suddenly you don't believe that anymore. You feel, oh, this is not correct. Okay. And relationship with your father or your mentors may require patience and understanding. And you may feel at times they have taken things from you. Like now your father may behave in ways which you never imagined. He may say things like, what have you done for me? Look what I did for you. You did nothing for me. So these are kind of things which you might hear depending on which dasha you are running. Okay. So the best remedy for you is to go and personally serve your guru. Now, personally serve your guru means you do some menial services. You meet your guru if you can. And if you cannot meet your guru personally, then you can serve some of his senior disciples. Okay. So your senior godbrothers, or if you are a female, your senior god sisters, if they are there in your town or city, you can try to serve them, because ninth house is the house of the guru. Only the guru can save you now, nobody else. Okay. And suddenly you might feel that there is some difference in communication from your spouse, or because the seventh house is involved. So your spouse and your thought process suddenly may not match. Your visions may suddenly change. Your attitudes may change, or your attitude may change towards the marriage, or your spouse, he or she might change their attitude. It may happen deliberately, or it can just happen without putting any efforts naturally. Okay. So if you are in a long term relationship, or if you are married, then please understand that you don't have to wage a holy war now. Okay. For the next 2 months, for anything long term. Like, you say, oh, I want to have kids now. And your wife says, no, I don't want kids now. So let it pass. Let it pass. Okay. It's just 2 months. You don't have to, wage a battle. Okay. And if there are issues related to joint finances, like business partnerships and all this, my God, you have to be careful. If you are in a partnership, there are chances, if your dasha is bad, your partner might end up cheating you. This is worst case, but it can happen. Okay. And do not Cancer, break the legal framework. Do not break the law. And during this period, the best thing you can do, as I said, go to a spiritual community and serve people there. Okay. The seniors. That is all you need to do, Cancer. All right. So it's not too bad, but just be aware. Okay. Thank you. Now we go to Leo. For you, this transit is happening in your 8th house. Saturn Rahu is in Pisces in 8th, and Saturn is your 6th lord and 7th lord. And Rahu is the co-lord of Aquarius, so he's also your 7th lord. Now, Leo, as I said in the Saturn transit video for Pisces, I will also say here, this is not, it's not the best time. I would love to sugarcoat it, but I cannot. It will be like speaking lies, okay? So whoever is telling you that this is, oh, it's a nice transit, it's all good, don't worry. Now, it may not be correct. See, you have to understand. First, you need to check your chart and your dashas. So if your dashas are average, then this won't be like too bad. And if your dasha is good, then this will be like neutral. Sometimes there could be problems. But if your dasha is challenging, then it can be difficult for you. Because for you, two Dusthana houses are getting activated, the 6th and the 8th. This is not nice. Now, what can happen? What are some of the worst things which can happen? So, number one, there could be some scandal which might come out from your workplace or related to your spouse or related to you in your marriage. So, that will depend on the chart. So, if your married life is troubled in the Mahadasha and Antardasha, then you can expect that there will be some trouble in your marriage. Okay, considerable trouble, and certain things of the past can come out. Like you are married and some X, Y, or Z comes. They appear like snakes from nowhere. Okay, and then they're barging into your marriage. It could happen. Okay, so what should I say? if if you are married or if you are in a relationship and if there is somebody from the past who you are still in touch with, then do not cross the line, do not interact much with them. Just don't interact. Okay, I mean, ideally you should not interact with your XYZ. But especially these 2 months, in German they say verboten, it's like prohibited. Okay, or even in your job, be very careful with the opposite sex. If you are a man, then very, very, very careful. What are you speaking to women? Keep 1 meter distance. Okay, and same for if you are a female. So either you are male or female, somebody may say, oh, this person is doing this sexual scandal, financial scandal, whatever. So careful with the opposite sex, married, single, job, employee, doesn't matter. Health issues can come up suddenly out of nowhere. You're like, what the hell is this? I never knew I had this problem. Well, yes, it can happen. So now, if you have problems, like drinking, smoking, watching pornography, masturbation, and all this, it will wreak havoc in your life. So, in case you drink or you do all these things in the internet, please understand that things may go out of control. I can speak more on this, but I hope you understand. And suppose you have to make some payments to somebody. Suddenly, they may increase their payments. Okay, like you are making payment for a house. And suddenly they may say, oh, yeah, you have to pay this tax, that tax, this maintenance fee, this fee, that fee. So keep some money on the side. And please understand that your spouse also may behave very unpredictably during this time, or your in-laws, they may suddenly, say things which they should not say. And suddenly you may realize that there is sudden requirement of doing research. Okay, you might have to go deep down into something. So the best remedy for you is to chant Om Namo Narayana. This will help you. All right. So Leo, I'm sorry, I don't have good news for you, but it's okay. It's just 2 months. This too shall pass. Okay. Take care. All right. Now we go to Virgo. What's going on? Virgo, Saturn Rahu will transit in your Saptam, 7th house. And guess what? Saturn is lording 5th house. He's also lording your 6th house. And Rahu, as the co-lord of Aquarius, rules your 6th house. Very, very, very interesting, because now what happens is you will realize that other people, other humans are behaving very unpredictably, especially your spouse. Now, this is interesting. In your dasha, Mahadasha, Antardasha, if there is a problem in your family, like, parents, mother, father, or children, then they will behave unpredictably. If your married life is in trouble in Mahadasha, Antardasha, now your spouse will really behave unpredictably. It's like, I don't know who the hell this person is. I have no idea. Why the hell is he or she behaving like this? They never behaved like this. But nonetheless, they are now behaving. Or because Saturn is also your 6th lord along with Rahu. So some people in your profession, especially in your business, might also be very unpredictable. And they might accuse you of doing things which are completely bizarre. It's like, the accusation is bizarre, and the one who is accusing you also never thought that how can this person accuse me of doing this. Okay. So be a bit careful with other people. Try to. So now, for you, the best remedy is to fast on Thursdays. If you are a female, then Thursday fasting. If you are a male, then fasting on Fridays. You could also fast on Thursdays, but Friday is good enough. Okay. Or if you are married, you both can decide. Husband, wife can fast together on Thursdays. Okay. If you are man and you are single, then you can fast on Fridays, or Thursday is also fine. Because you need to understand, now the negative karma that you have in your past in form of relationships and opposite sex will now come to you. So you got to be careful, because there's another house which is involved, which is that house. It is the 5th house. Okay, very, very, very important. And now there could be, see, this is very weird. Actually, you may suddenly realize your spouse is always finding faults with you. These 2 months, April and May. So if you are feeling that, what is this? Why is he or she only finding faults with me? Because the 6th house is involved. 6th house means you are deficient. Okay, your spouse will say things which will pierce you. It will pierce you like a dagger hitting your heart. Okay, it's like aar par ho gaya. Of course, this transit is not a license for your spouse to misbehave with you, but suppose your spouse behaves in a way that they should not behave, and they have never behaved like this, then please keep some patience, my dear sir, my dear madam. Okay. Of course, that does not mean they have the right to come and beat you up. I'm not saying that, but world is an unpredictable place, right? So be careful. And now the best thing you need to do is be very professional in your dealings. Cut to cut discussion. No loose talk. Please, no loose talk. If you talk something somewhere loose, and that will be taken against you, it will be turned, twisted, torn, and yeah, it will be presented with creativity. 5th house is involved. And that can cause a nightmare for you. And I also said this for Leo. I am also saying this for Virgo. If you are married or you are in a relationship, your ex partners could come back and cause trouble in your marriage or relationship. So please be careful. Now, there could be a sudden strong desire for creativity. This is one good thing, and that's good. If you have it, then pursue it. Okay. And your romantic life could go for a toss. Either of the two will happen. Either Either your partner will say, what is this? When will you marry me? When will we get married? Or your partner will say, no, let's end it. Because fifth house is love, sixth house is break of love, break of marriage, and seventh house is marriage. So either of the two will happen. Either marriage is finalized or you finalize to get married. The event of wedding may not be finalized, or the relationship breaks. So depending on your dasha, it will be decided what will happen. If your dasha is indicating break, then it can break. If the dasha is indicating marriage, then marriage might be finalized. Okay. So be careful with humans, Virgo, humans. Thank you. Now we go to Tula Lagna, Libra Lagna, your Yog Karak, Saturn, fourth lord, fifth lord, Rahu, your co-lord of Aquarius, fifth house, right? Great planets, right? But the problem is this transit is in your Dusthana house. So that's the difficulty. Sometimes the lordships are good, like for you, but the transit is bad, or sometimes the lordships are bad, but the transit is in a good house. Okay. Now you are in the first category, which means the lordships are great. So Saturn and Rahu inherently are not trouble creators for you. Congratulations, Libra. But now what's going on? Now the problem is they are in a bad house. So they will be forced to create trouble. But the level of trouble will be decided depending on your chart. Now, what kind of troubles the sixth house can give? The sixth house can give you this feeling that everybody is finding faults with you. Very simple. Everybody is finding deficiency. So now, if you have a presentation, or if you have a meeting or whatever it is, be prepared to be grilled. They will grill you right, left, especially in your profession. Your boss, your seniors, maybe your juniors also, and especially your equals. But nonetheless, your subordinates, Saturn represents juniors and subordinates. They may spread misinformation against you. They may tell that you said this, and then, well, I didn't say that. But your boss doesn't believe you. He believes them. So therefore, now, if you are having a job, then be very careful with your communication. Be very careful with your your mails and all this. Be very careful in your workplace, okay? Because somebody may spread some rumor against you, because fifth house is again love relationships, right? So I said this for Leo and Virgo also. I'm also saying this for Libra. Okay. Some past, so if you are in a relationship or if you are married, some past lover XYZ can come and create troubles in your existing love life or marriage, because here also the fifth house is involved, and fifth house is love and sixth house is break. Of course, the seventh house is not involved, so it may not create issues in your marriage, but they can surface. So be careful with that. And in your workplace specifically, be very careful with the opposite sex. Okay, keep 1 meter distance. Okay, and don't dilly dally in a loose manner. Just don't do it. Just cut it. Just keep things to the point. And for you, the best remedy is to fast on Tuesdays, and you can worship Hanumanji for protection. Okay, so depending on your chart, you can worship any form of Hanumanji. But if you cannot worship, or if you don't know which form to worship, then please fast on Tuesdays. Very, very, very important. And if nothing else works, please chant the Hanuman Chalisa, Bhoot Pishach Nikat Nahi Aave. Because now Bhoot Pishach, Bhootni, Pishachni, everybody can come. Okay. So Libra Lagna, careful with people in the workplace. Call for Hanumanji. And suddenly your work dynamics can shift. And you may suddenly realize, because the fourth house is involved, you may suddenly realize that you are not educated enough. Or somebody may come and insult you and say that, You're good for nothing. You know nothing. This is so basic. You don't know this. What is this? You are an idiot. You are good for nothing. You are a big zero. This is something they may not say to your face, but this is what they may mean. So please focus on the basics. If you are employed, then please focus on the basics of the architecture of the war, because you may make blunders. Fourth house shows basics. So fourth house is coming under Rahu. Very, very, very critical that you keep your basics in check. So revise, go back to the basics and learn again. Okay. And you need to develop emotional resilience, because people may pass comments, people are finding faults with you all the time. Sixth house is false, and like such faults which you are like shocked. How did I make such blunders? Okay. So now, Libra, the only thing you need to do is pay attention. Whatever you are doing, do it with 100%. For God's sake, April and May. Okay. Apart from that, things will be fine. All right. Libra, Lagna, take care. Now we go to Scorpio. Scorpio Lagna, what's going on? For you, this transit is in a great house, fifth house. Saturn rules your third house, fourth house, and Rahu is the co-lord of Aquarius, so he also rules your fourth house, right? Now, there could be, see, what is this transit for you? This is a transit which may completely change who you are. Now, will this be good for you in a good way or in a bad way? Well, that will depend on which dasha you are running. But you may suddenly feel that you have become a completely different person. You are not the same anymore, because the fifth house will tell you who you are. Because see, what is the fifth house? The fifth house tells you why in the universe, why the hell do you get up in the morning? If a person has a bad fifth house, bad fifth lord, then the person does not want to get up in the morning. Now, when I say morning, I don't mean the person wants to get up in the afternoon or evening. No, the person has no motivation in life. So now suddenly you might have an identity crisis. You are like, what the hell is going on? Nothing is pleasurable, nothing is enjoyable. So if you're feeling like this, I'll tell you why it's happening. Because you are expecting unnatural things. Now, are you doing it yourself or somebody else is putting it into your head? Well, most likely it is the second one. And fifth house shows what you study, what you read, and all this. Your political ideologies might change. If you are right wing, you might become left wing. If you are left wing, you might become right wing. If you are centrist, you may become either right or left. This could happen because the fifth house shows ideology. So now you need to understand that Saturn is the third lord, fourth lord. Rahu is also your fourth lord. So therefore, this essentially means you have to feed yourself with the right information now. Third house shows what is circulating in social media, and fourth house shows what you think is correct, what you think is legit, what you think is genuine. And then fifth house shows what you now start believing. So there's information, then there's confirmation, and then there's now belief. Okay, so third house is information, fourth house is confirmation, fifth house is belief. So now you have to be careful these 2 months, April and May, to not just believe anything which comes out of the blue, especially when it is related to like your brother, sister, third house, fourth house, your mother, or fifth house, your children. So unexpected events could come related to children or your creative projects. There could be disruptions, so be a bit prepared for that. And now you have to develop mental sharpness. Mental sharpness is very important, otherwise you may feel that you are a fool. So therefore, try to educate yourself, try to learn more, try to be sharp, try to be like a commando. Okay, very important. And the best remedy for you is to worship Sri Ram during this period, because Now, how do you worship Sri Ram? The best way to worship Lord Ram is by chanting his name, his holy name. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. You can just chant the name of Ram. Or you can chant this mantra, or you can also chant the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Very, very, very powerful. So take Ram, take the name of Ram, take Ram Ram. And then you will see that your mental sharpness is increasing. You are not doubting yourself. So the most difficult thing for you, self-doubt, not doubting your abilities, okay? And don't get into a battle zone with social media, like, people saying something and you losing your mind, okay? And be careful with romantic relationships. Somebody from the past may surface, somebody or something that you did XYZ. And on the brighter side, you may want to explore more, like, spiritual stuff. That's great. From a different religion, you may have this urge, okay? So chant the name of Ram and things will be fine. And of course, real estate problems also could be there. So take care of your home, take care of your loans and your EMIs, okay? All the best, Scorpio. Now we go to Sagittarius. Finally, we are with Sagittarius. Rahu's favorite sign, right? So this conjunction for you, this madness is in the fourth house. Fourth house is the house of your home. It's the house of your house, right? Saturn lords your second house and third house, and Rahu as the co-lord of Aquarius is also your third lord, right? Now, what does this transit mean for you? Fourth house is your peace of mind, and it might be disrupted by all means. Now, why is your mental peace disrupted? Why? What disrupts mental peace? Think about it. What disrupts it? Unfulfilled expectations. Okay. Regarding what? That's the question. So, Saturn is your second lord, he's your third lord. So, it could be something related to family, could be related to money. Third house is, your brothers, sisters. Third house shows your acquaintances. And fourth house certainly is your mother. Okay, so be a bit watchful in your family about your family members. Be a bit watchful. Otherwise, they may go into wrong track. So now you may hear that your mother or father, they got scammed, some online scammer or something like that. So if you are Sagittarius ascendant, you need to warn your mother or father, or maybe both, that please be very careful with scams. Rahu is the scammer, especially your mother. Very, very, very important. Okay. And because the second house and fourth house are involved, there could be issues related to inheritance. Okay. Very, very, very important. So there could be unexpected events in your family. There could be some accident. There could be some blood loss, home or property related issues. Some Rahu represents, electricity and all this, something could crash. So if you have an important seminar, webinar, and also the third house shows communication. So communications could be disrupted. So if you have any important online event which you are taking for others, or you are participating in it, then there could be disruption. So keep some Wi-Fi or internet backup, okay? Otherwise, you might be in trouble. And now is not a good time for giving your house to some renovation company. So if you want to give for renovation, give it from 1st of June, not now. Because they may cheat you. Fourth house is where this is occurring, and Saturn Rahu is the yoga for cheating. So they may cheat you. They may say, oh, we'll do this interior design. It will cost us, like 10 lakh rupees. And then you come to know after signing the contract, the next day morning, you see, oh, this could have been done in like 3 to 4 lakhs, and now I will have to pay 10 lakhs. Okay. So, therefore, anything you want to do for your house, preferably do it from 1st of June. But even if it is like, unavoidable, do it, but do it after you cross check at least 2 to 3 other sources, especially when it comes to your health also, because 4th house shows your basic immune system, not like literally, but that's more of the 5th house. But yeah, your bodily strength, your stability, mental wellness, and all this. Okay. So if there is some disease, then don't just trust what one doctor is saying. Take expert opinion from at least 3 doctors. Okay. So 2 more doctors. So real estate could have some challenges, or some family real estate, like there could be issues related to inheritance and all this. And now, very, very, very important, the 3rd lord is also getting impacted. So please speak only when required and only if somebody asks you. Do not give unwanted advice, or do not pass loose comments here there. Otherwise, you'll get it back. And financially also, you need to be careful. Okay. So the best remedy for you is to chant Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Very, very, very important. Please chant this mantra. Okay. And when you chant this mantra, just think of Sri Krishna and things will be fine. So in Hindi, we say, Kaam se kaam rakhiye. Mind your own business. Take care of your family and your home. And anything to do with social media, online, don't get into unnecessary battles. Okay. That will just create troubles for you. And caution your parents from any kind of cheating. All right, Sagittarius, please take care. Now we go to Capricorn. We are here with Capricorn. Capricorn, your Lagna Lord is getting involved in the shrapityog. What a pity. Or is it so? So this damn transit is happening in your 3rd house. Yes, we know that. And Saturn is your Lagna Lord. He's your 2nd Lord. And also Rahu is your 2nd Lord, because Rahu co-lords Aquarius, right? So now what's going on? Now, your Lagna Lord it's like, you could say it's like getting eclipsed by Rahu. Not exactly, but you can try to understand. So what does it mean? Your Lagna Lord is getting eclipsed, which means your Lagna Lord is like, has become a different planet. So it means you have become like a different person. What does it mean? I have become like a different person. It's like very difficult to understand. What does it mean? Well, it just means you don't believe yourself anymore. It's just that. Okay. So now you need to understand why why you don't believe yourself anymore. Because you have seen something or somebody telling you things which are now kind of impacting you, which are not true. Okay. So therefore, there could be sudden shifts in your mindset, in your communication, and your daily habits. So therefore, your family could also be impacted. But nonetheless, you need to understand that overall, this is a great period for learning something new, coming into social media, public speaking, and all these things. But there could be misinformation which is spread by somebody against you in social media. If your dasha is not supportive, then please be very careful with what you write, where you write. And Rahu represents the past, right? So somebody may dig in things from your past and come and show it to others. Oh, look, this is what this person is. He or she pretends to be this, but it seems this person is somebody different. And 2nd house is your food, right? So there could be food poisoning, or some disease related to food which can come. So third house shows travels. So therefore, if you are having travels, then please, to whatever extent possible, if it is within a day, then cook the food from your home and then take it. Don't eat outside. Especially now, you should avoid eating non-veg or taking alcohol or smoking, gambling, and all this. Okay. Especially now, please avoid it. And if travel is unavoidable, it is inevitable, then at least try to take vegetarian food. And if possible, if you get Jain food, that's superb. Avoid onion garlic also during this time. And you may get a lot of opportunities to present yourself in social media, which is great, which is something you should capitalize on it. But you may be misled by somebody. Saturn Rahu shows, cheating. Somebody misleads you. Hey, you should do it like this. No. So if you are taking advice, or third house shows the advice that you give others. If you are an astrologer and you are consulting somebody, please double, triple check the chart. The birth time, birth date, birthplace, you might go wrong. When you are sending a mail to somebody, double, triple check it. Otherwise, somebody may say that you never send them the mail. Okay. So health, first house, second house, food, third house, travel. So take care of your health when you are traveling. And if you have to travel somewhere, I told this for Aries also, because for Aries, this is in the 12th house for you. This is in your third house. So please take travel insurance, health insurance, lost baggage allowance or whatever, like lost travel bag insurance or something like that. But in short, you have to take care of your health. And the best thing that you can do during this period is you can fast on Tuesdays, and you can also chant the mantra for Lord Narsimhadev. Om Namo Bhagavate Narsimhaya. This is a mantra which will help you. So this will keep you protected at the physical level, and it will protect you from accidents and all this. Okay. So be careful with your speech. Be careful with how much you speak, how much you don't speak. Okay. So speak only when required, and take care of your family and your health. All right. Take care, Capricorn. So now we go to Aquarius. Now, Aquarius, wow. It's like, it's the same sign, but it's lorded by two planets. And now they are coming together and they are screwing up each other. So this great transit is happening in your second house. Wow, the house of sustenance. Saturn is your Lagna Lord. And guess what? Who else is your Lagna Lord? It's Rahu. And Saturn is also your 12th Lord. Guess what? 12th Lord coming into second. Nice. Now, what will this transit do for you? What do you think? This is the transit which will actually tell you that you are not good enough. This transit will hammer you. Look at him, look at her. They have this. Oh, you are such a loser in life. What do you have? You have nothing. You are behind. Look, he's married, she's married. Look how good looking their spouse is, Look at their bank balance, and you have pennies. So, Aquarius, see, I'll tell you why this is happening. Because your Lagna Lord shows your entire existence. 12th house shows your loss, and second house shows your resources. So now this conjunction will kind of tell you you are not resourceful. You lack this, you lack that. You don't have this, you don't have that. And look, he or she has all this. So please guard yourself against envy. Very, very, very important. And there could be all this, you could be envious of somebody, or somebody else could be envious of you. So somebody might do black magic or something. So, I mean, not literally, that will depend on your dashas, but in case you see something here, there, some, what is that? Something suspicious you find, in front of your door, or, somebody, trying to take your hair or whatever. You can Google a bit on black magic. Now, I'm not creating fear here, or somebody may spread some scandal against you, or you may get these ideas, oh, I want to destroy that person. Look at that person. So, therefore, Aquarius, either you may want to finish somebody, or somebody else may want to finish you. You means your reputation. Somebody may want to take money from you. It could be some family relative, or it could be anybody. So the best remedy for you is you should fast on Thursdays, and you should also chant the mantra of Jupiter. Which is the mantra for Jupiter? It's the mantra for Vaman Dev. Om Namo Bhagavate Shri Vamanaya. So chant this mantra 108 times every day for these 2 months, April and May. So there will be unexpected financial fluctuations. There could be a desire to surpass somebody, or somebody may try to bully you and surpass you. So speech is very important. So speech and food are crucial. So eat properly, but try to avoid eating outside food. Okay, it could be dangerous for you. And there could be expenses because of your family members. They may end up doing some blunders. They may end up getting cheated. So you might have to pay on their behalf. Okay, so if your parents are aged, or if you have grandparents, or you yourself may be cheated of money. Okay, so the best thing to do is not to sign for some new loan, new EMI, or give money to your friends or relatives. Not a good period. So hold your assets together. That is the summary for this transit for you, Aquarius. And most importantly, stop comparing yourself with others. Everybody has their own karma, and they will behave according to that. Okay, and their inclinations and their consciousness. So even if others are destroyed, you won't be elevated by that. And if somebody else is trying to destroy you, then protect yourself. Okay, nothing wrong in protecting. You should protect yourself. Okay? So focus on yourself, and you will do good. Okay, Aquarius, please take care. Now, last but not the least, Pisces, as always, this grand transit is happening in your first house. Now, first house is one of the favorite houses of Rahu, but it is one of the worst houses for Saturn. Saturn gets Maran Karak position in the third house. So it's like saying he dies. Now, who is Saturn for you? So for you, he is the 11th Lord and the 12th Lord. And Rahu, as the co-lord of Aquarius, is also your 12th Lord. So now what does this mean? It means your self-identity may undergo some transformation. You may suddenly feel you are cheating yourself. Now, this is bizarre. Like, how can I cheat myself? So this means you may suddenly feel that from a long period of time you are doing things which you don't believe in, which you don't identify with anymore. Now, why this is happening? Because 11th house is involved here. So 11th house shows long-term things. And 12th house is involved. 12th house is losses. And the Lagna is this life. So what are you doing? What are you doing long-term? So now you might have an acute identity crisis. And that's fine, my dear sir, my dear madam. It's okay. You are having acute identity crisis. You may have midlife crisis, 35, or you may also observe suddenly you have become very desperate about something. Now, what is that? Well, that will depend on the dasha. So you may become desperate for, getting married. You may become like very desperate for getting a new job, getting new promotion or something like that. You may become desperate for having children. You may become desperate for anything, surpassing somebody, because the Lagna shows your entire existence. So now what can happen is, you may suddenly feel that you are lagging behind in every area of life. But here's the best part. It's not what you think, because it's Rahu. Rahu will give you this illusion. Rahu will force you to think, hey, look, everybody else is ahead of you. You are behind when you are not. So for you, Pisces, it, it could be a bit heavy. It's in your ascendant. So what should you do? The most important thing is, you should cultivate gratitude, because Rahu in the ascendant alone, see, Saturn is negativity. Saturn is what you don't have, and Rahu exemplifies that. So Rahu tells you, look, you have nothing. It's a bit similar to Aquarius. But for you, it can be a bit even worse, because for you, Rahu may tell you, even though you have everything, you still have nothing. So therefore, Rahu can give you depression, even with having everything. It can tell you, look, you have nothing. So April and May, these 2 months, if you feel that suddenly out of nowhere you feel a bit depressed, or you feel you are comparing yourself to others, then don't worry, just look back and count on your blessings and thank God. And the best remedy for you is to fast on Sundays. Very, very, very important. If you fast on Sundays, it will help you. And take the name of Ram, you can take the name of Narsimhadev also. You can chant, you can read the Ramayana. That's the best remedy. And during this transit, April and May, you can suddenly feel, I want to do something which is immoral, because Rahu is Karaka for immoral behavior. Why? Because, oh, I lost some money, so now I want to, gamble. 11th house, now I want more money, double, triple my money. So you can go and submit yourself to some scam, willingly, voluntarily, and then you might blame God later on. All right, so please maintain your sanity, and please understand that everything will happen in its due course of time. You have to be patient, okay? And especially take care of your health. And if there are serious concerns about your health, you can do some yagya, Narsimha yagya. That will be good. All right. So Pisces, a bit tough one for you, but your life is your life and nobody else's fault. Okay. Thank you so much, everybody. Please take care. Jai Siya Ram.